180.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Rip left, rip left.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Finds his running back, James Conner. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On second down, Conner looking for space. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Blue 30.
He's right. Let's get the ball.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
We got to step it up.
Hey, wahoo! Alert!
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No go! Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you out.
Hey, dude!
Don't get nervous.
We're scoreless after one.
With no score.
My
13th play now on the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal.
Mike's 59! Hey, high 7! 59, black and third!
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
John Brown on 4th
This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Start!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Monday. Let's go.
Let's keep moving. Convert. Kill.
Okay, exit.
Kill.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Not like 80.
59. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
50.
59 mark.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Set. 230. Easy.
Back to 59. Watch the run.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Move. 4 down. 95's a sand.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Brissett now. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. First down, Brissett. Pass incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Brissett on first down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And the Colts first down.
A first down throw for Brissett. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. On first and 10, Brissett. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. And an alley to run. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
That's complete to his receiver, Cade. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? From the gun, here's Brissett. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Steelers take over first and 10. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And that takes us from second to third down.
Third down and 10.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a tough. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it here with Gordon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 41, Brissett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Good yardage there for the Colts, 18 and a first down. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Gordon. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 24-yard line.
Singletary again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
44.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 21 yards there on third down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot And they connected there and picked up the first down.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, a run with Connor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury.
Let's go.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Schwitzer, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
59. Watch the run.
Snippers. 66. Whirl.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Steelers.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Now Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Quarter.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. And they'll indeed take a knee.
The sack on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 26-yard line.
Keep it up, guys.
And they take a knee.
The sack on the keeper. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
the sack on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Vinatieri now on to try the field goal for the Colts. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And they will take a knee here.